What is good, everybody? What is poppin'? It is an absolutely great Wednesday night for us to answer your start sit questions and help you as you are going for the playoffs and or going for your chip. It's going to be an absolutely great night, and we got a ton of questions already starting to pile up. We got 34 questions in the chat. People already asking questions. Chat's open. We are answering every subscriber's question, so hit that like button. It helps me out so much. I am so pumped to hang out with each and every one of you tonight. We got TBR with the first question of the night. He said, trade Jonathan Taylor and Jawan Jennings for Kyren Williams. Listen, I like it. I like the idea of it. The thing that I will say is Jonathan Taylor's definitely gone down. He's my RB13 rest of the season. Kyren Williams is right now at my RB10. So you're really getting a very small bump for Jawan Jennings there, TBR, honestly. So depending on what you want to do, who you want to trade for, I'm cool with it either way. If you need Jawan Jennings, if you're super desperate at a flex spot or for just a little bit deeper wide receiver help, then I understand taking the JT and Jawan Jennings side. But if you do want Kyren Williams, because we have seen that ultimate level upside, just not recently, then I understand. So TBR, really, this is going to be up to you and how you're kind of looking at it. We got Seawolves. What up, dude? What up? What up? You said need a quarterback here. All the questions came in a little bit wonky, so we'll get to all these, and then as you guys continue asking, that'll get back in order for me. Need a quarterback this week: Smith, Wilson, May, DeVito, Winston, or Richardson. Seawolves, bro. I am not starting DeVito. He was like the QB3 behind Drew Lock, and now they're trying to tank, and so they go to DeVito over. But we love a little bit of Italian. But if I had to choose between these options here, man, Anthony Richardson is probably the best option for me here, just with that Konami code quarterback upside. So I would go with Anthony Richardson. As much as we do like Smith, we do like Wilson. Give me Richardson this week for sure. There, Seawolves. And the next, we got Gerger up here in the building. Yo. You said went 0-3 the last 3 weeks, brother. I need some help, bro. Bro, that's terrible, Gerger. But as Jar Jar Binks, was maybe an undercover Sith Lord, the same thing you are going to have happen with your team here. So absolutely pumped to help you out. You said, who should I play at flex? Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt, or Tyrone Tracy? I already got Jacobs and Gibbs at RB1 and RB2. Well, Gerger, I'll say this. We will be going with Tyrone Tracy here. We got Kareem Hunt potentially with Isaiah Pacheco coming back this week. We'll have to kind of continue to monitor that. But it's sad because the days of Kareem Hunt being the ultimate level bell cow are a little bit low. And then I do have Jonathan Taylor 2 spots behind Tyrone Tracy. So I will go with Jacobs, Gibbs, and Tracy this week, Gerger. Think your team is in a good position. And then we got Anthony coming in. And Anthony says, Gerger, you ain't the only one, brother. How we feeling, everyone? Hey, we feeling good, Anthony. We feeling good, bro. Thanks so much for tuning in to the chat. We got Seawolves says Murray or Nix this week, which is crazy that Bo Nix has risen this much in week-to-week rankings. I still have Kyler Murray this week ahead of Bo Nix by 2 spots here, Seawolves. So I would go with Kyler Murray versus Seattle, but Bo Nix versus Vegas, a very good matchup. We've seen that Konami quarterback upside with Bo Nix and that legs. So personally, I lean Murray, but it is super close there, Seawolves. And you guys see me looking down at my phone, it's because my questions popped in a little bit weird order, and I want you guys to get your question answered in the right order. We got Anthony. He said, well, guys, I'm 4-7 and in 10th place. I'm in a 12-man, and only the top 4 go to the playoffs. Oh, bro, Anthony. We are feeling a little bit sad here, Anthony. But this is why you got to get into 12-man, because if you get into 12-man, hey, at least half the teams, 6 of the teams make it to the playoffs. And a 10-man, when only 4, you're still, it's hard. The odds are worse in a 10-man of making the playoffs. So Anthony, bro, thanks so much for always tuning in. You said it's safe to say I'm cooked. Anthony, you're funny, bro. You're funny. Thanks so much for tuning in. And then we got Seawolf said sit 1, Love, Goff, or Mahomes this week. I guess this is a super flex league here for you. See, I go with Goff. I'm starting Love this week. So I will be sitting Patrick Mahomes. Well, Patrick Mahomes going up against Carolina, though. Jordan Love versus San Francisco. like I said, I have Jordan Love right now 2 spots higher than Mahomes. But Seawolves, you're making me debate this. Like I said, this is on Wednesday night. We just did our rankings earlier today, and I think I'm gonna have to move it. Mahomes versus Carolina, especially like when I'm comparing them against Love. Go with Mahomes and Goff there, Seawolves. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing if I'm you, and I'm gonna have to go adjust my rankings and push Jordan Love a little bit lower in my overall rankings. Squid said, "Best luck next year, Anthony." Squid, you're so funny. And then you said, "I'm 6-5 and got to win 2 of 3 next matchups. Wish you luck." Squid, of course, we're wishing you luck, bro. Absolutely wishing you luck. Gerger said, "LML, Anthony, I'm 8th place in a 10-man at 5 and 6. Yo, Gerger. Bro. But good luck, and I'm rooting for you. And then we got the next question. We got Kelsey or Otten here from Seawolves. See, you got an absolutely legendary team. Here I go with Kelsey this week. I mean, Cade Otton, if you picked him up, he's a top 5 tight end for me this week, but I do have Travis Kelsey as the number 1 tight end going up against Carolina there. See, appreciate you. We got Tricks are for Kib. Said, "Yo, Caleb, we going with Love over Mahomes. Feels like the Chiefs can get up early on Panthers and just run the ball." Well, Tricks, we just went through this, and I debated this question with C when he's asking his question with Mahomes and Love and who to sit. Personally, I will be going with Mahomes over Love. I understand there's a chance that we get up a ton early in the first half, but if they're getting up a ton, we just better hope that it's Patrick Mahomes throwing for those touchdowns instead of them running for those touchdowns and then absolutely hammering the ball in the second half. So I'm right there with you, Tricks. Thanks so much for that question. We got Gerger here with his next question. And all of these came in a super weird order from here on out. So we got, I think we're back. Miami or Tampa Bay defense this week, Gerger. I will be going with the Tampa Bay defense. But the Miami defense, I did say, was a great defense going forward because of the next 2 weeks. So I personally go with Tampa Bay, have them about 2 spots higher. But I'm glad that you have both because Miami, this week versus New England. Tampa Bay, the next 2 weeks are also pretty juicy for them. So I'm glad that you have them. Giants, Carolina, Las Vegas. So actually the next 3 weeks, Gerger, are pretty good for that Tampa Bay defense. And then we got Tricks asking the next question. We already answered this. We got Laporta or Otten here by Seawolves. That said, I would be going personally with Cade Otten there, Seawolves. That's who I would be going with. And then we got Johnny38 says, "What's up, Caleb?" Hey, what's up, Johnny? Good to see you. You said half PPR start Ramondre Stevenson or Devontae Smith. Johnny38, I will be starting Ramondre Stevenson in half PPR over Devontae Smith for sure. For sure there, my guy. Thanks so much for tuning in. And then Trick said, also, would it be crazy to play Jennings over Lamb, Tyreek, Mike Evans? So let's go to wide receiver rankings here for you, Tricks. So I'm not playing him over Tyreek. I think we have to play Mike Evans if he plays. But I think the real discussion happens CeeDee Lamb versus Juwan Jennings. And Tricks, I still lean CeeDee Lamb. But I know, I have CeeDee Lamb this week versus Washington as my wide receiver 14 in full PPR. He was limited on Wednesday, so we gotta have to monitor that. This last week, only 14.6 fantasy points, 12 targets, 8 receptions, 93 yards. I think they're going to have to force feed him the ball. They're going to be down. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot, Tricks. So I personally lean still starting CeeDee Lamb over Juwan Jennings, but I do have them 3 spots apart that if you do want to lean with Juwan Jennings just because of the quarterback play and the way that Juwan Jennings has been playing, I understand all of that. And then we got Johnny38 says, smash that like button for Caleb. Hey, Johnny, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Like I said, guys, if you guys haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. We actually are absolutely growing. We actually hit 4,000 subscribers last week, and we're just continuing the climb. So like I said, guys, if you guys are new to the channel at all, appreciate you guys so much. We are answering every start-sit question this season. You said start Kyler Murray at Seattle or Baker versus the Giants. This week, for me, Johnny, I will be leaning Kyler. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Caleb, you're a Baker hater. When I put out my rest of season rankings later this week, I bumped up Baker each of the last 2 weeks, especially now with him getting Mike Evans back, and people are still going to tell me he's too low. We got a bunch of people here in the community that love themselves some Baker Mayfield, but personally, I do go with Kyler Murray at Seattle over Baker with the Giants. Johnny, appreciate you for tuning in. We got Daniel here in the chat, and he says, yo, my boy, Tillman or Tracy in flex, and can I drop Ingram? Daniel, appreciate you, my boy. You said I would personally be going with Tracy in the flex. This week, I do like Tracy. Have him, like I said, as a top 15 RB, so 100% taking him over Tillman. And then you said, and can I drop Ingram? Depends on who you have at your tight end spot. I still have Ingram as a top 8 tight end rest of season. So personally, I'm probably still holding Evan Ingram, Daniel, but I'm taking him over TJ Hawkinson. I'm taking Evan Ingram over Mark Andrews, Tucker Kraft. So just kind of depends on how you want to personally view Evan Ingram rest of the season. But if, like I said, if he's your like tight end 2 and you got an elite level tight end, I understand only wanting to roster one tight end there. Anthony says quarterbacks are Goff, RBs are Brees, Walker, Estimate, Akers, Mason, Shakir, Mooney, Nico, Worthy, Thielen, Kincaid, Laporte. This is a result of a 4 and 7 times an unsuccessful manager. Well, Anthony, I think we talked about it's not unsuccessful this year, bro. I mean, if we're being honest with this team, we had Kincaid and Laporta underperformed as tight ends. We had Nico, who got out for a majority of the year, who was a top wide receiver option for you. And then Brees Hall really underperformed. And so all of that aside, I mean, you had Mooney and Shakir, who both really overperformed. So there were some positives that happened on this team, Anthony, but the big part is not maybe having the most elite level quarterback and then having Nico being hurt over these last 4 to 5 weeks has really hindered your team, Anthony. So I know we asked a ton about trading Brees Hall, and I continue to hold out hope for Brees Hall. Like I said, right now he's my RB10. At one time this season, he was my RB3. And so I get it. The Brees Hall thing definitely bamboozled me too. And so I am right there with Anthony, wishing you luck. And I just always appreciate all of your support. We got Akshay, who said, who wins this matchup PPR and how close? Side 1, Purdy, Mixon, Monty, McLaurin, Worthy, Komet, Bateman, Tucker versus Kyler, Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, Lamb. I mean, it's going to be close, bro. It's going to be close. The thing that team that you're playing against really has is that Joe Mixon power up, which we don't know. Are we getting a Joe Mixon 35-point day? Are we getting a 20-point day Joe Mixon? I like your overall squad. I like the upside there. But we also know that Rachaad White has been pretty hit or miss as that RB2 option for you. You got CeeDee Lamb, who's definitely gotten pushed down the rankings, a.k.a. Shay. So I think you got as good of a chance as ever. I'd probably take your side as the bet. But like we said, it is fantasy football, and anything can change week in and week out. Gerger says, should I look to the waiver wire for tight ends with Njoku playing against the Steelers? There's still Mike Gesicki, Hunter Henry, Tucker Kraft, Isaiah Likely. Are any of these guys better options? No. I'm still playing David Njoku. I mean, he's the number 1, number 2, depending on how you view Cedric Tillman, pass catcher in this Browns passing attack. So I still have David Njoku as a top 6 tight end option this week, Gerger. So I am starting some David Njoku. And then we got Phantom up here in the chat, says Jalen Waddle or Josh Downs. The question of the century. Josh Downs without Joe Flacco, still good. Maybe not, the same elite level. I'm personally still going with Josh Downs over Jalen Waddle this week. Just for context, I have Jalen Waddle right now as my wide receiver 31, and then I have Josh Downs as my wide receiver 21. So that's kind of how I have them two ranked, Phantom. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we are 84 comments here deep, guys. So if you guys haven't already hit that like button, we got 30 people viewing this. Helps me out so much. We are answering every start sit question this season. So appreciate all y'all for tuning in on your Wednesday night. We got Seawolf said, number 1, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, Mixon, Connor, Achan, JT, Collins, Evans, Lamb, or Cup. C. Man, what an elite level team you are playing with here. So Mixon for sure. I mean, Mixon's kind of the no-brainer here. We're then going to be going for the second running back. I'll go with Devon as the second running back there. So Mixon and Devon. And then for the 2 wide receivers, we will go with Cup. And then where do I have? And then we'll go, I think we go Mike Evans as the 2 wide receivers. And then you got 1 flex. So really it comes down to Connor, JT, Lamb, or Collins. Ooh, Nico Collins is a hard one. Not going to lie. Nico Collins is a hard one, but I think we roll him back out this week. So I think you go Nico. So I would go with Mixon, Achane, Collins, Evans, and Cup, and I'd be sitting CeeDee Lamb there, Seawolves. That's the way that I currently have it ranked out here on the streets and the fantasy football community. Anthony says pick 2, Walker, Estime, Akers, Benson. Well, Walker for sure. And then it's between Estime, Akers, and Benson. I think we got to go with Estime, but I do have him 4 spots ahead. He saw 9 touches on this last Sunday, so I'm glad that you have Benson. I think Benson, as we continue on into the season, he's only going to eat more and more into the overall touch share for this Arizona Cardinals team, but I would be going with Estime this week. Jesus says, in a must-win for playoffs. Listen, guys, this is when the pressure's on, and I know this is when you guys expect me to come through. So I understand what we're up against. Every game's a must-win, but specifically these weeks, I know they are very must-win. Team is a solid, except quarterback. Have Stroud and Darnold, Stafford and Richardson on waivers. Who would you start? Appreciate you, Jesus. So if we're pulling up our overall quarterback rankings, I know this is going to sound insane, Jesus, but I would be starting Anthony Richardson over Stroud and Darnold, and over Matthew Stafford. And that's even me assuming and telling you that we know everything that Anthony Richardson's been against. I mean, this last week was probably the best game we've ever seen quarterback-wise out of Anthony Richardson. So it's risky. But if it's must win, if it's a do or die, let's put the best upside up there, and that's going to be Anthony Richardson. TH said Mixon and Debo for Bijan or Achane half PPR. Mixon and Debo for Bijan or Achane half PPR. So you're doing a trade here. Okay, so Mixon and Debo. I just don't think. No, I'm holding Mixon and Debo. I mean, I have Bijan 2 spots higher than Mixon rest of the season, and I have Devon a spot below Joe Mixon, and half PPR. So, I mean, if you're saying both for Mixon and Debo, cool, I get it. But TH, if it's only one or the other, I just want to hold the Mixon and Debo side, and I'll be fine there. Lon said, do you think Evans will really play this week? I mean, it's seeming like he's trending to. Let me see. What was the latest report on Twitter? Let me see. Sources say Mike Evans, who's been out since week 7 with hamstring injury, is back at practice and planning to play on Sunday. That was a report from Jordan Schultz today. So I think there's a good chance that he does play this week. Seawolf says 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Walker, Stevenson, Javonte, Metcalf, Nukua, Jameson Williams, or Lamb. Yeah, this one's a little bit more straightforward, Seawolves. So we'll go Walker and Stevenson for the 2 running backs. We'll go Nukua and Metcalf for the wide receivers. And then for the flex, I will be going with Lamb over Jameson Williams. Jeff, appreciate seeing you. You said flex Bucky Irving or Ridley full PPR and Steelers D or Chiefs D this week. Appreciate you, Jeff. So I'll be starting Ridley over Bucky Irving this week. And then in regards to defense, I will be starting the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Cleveland over Kansas City versus Carolina. I have both as top 5 defenses, though, Jeff. So if one scores higher than the other, no, I have both ranked very high. But I do personally prefer the Steelers D over the Patriots D. So appreciate you, Jeff. And then you said Hawkinson or Otten. I will be going with Cade Otton there. I have Cade Otton as a top 5. I do not have TJ Hawkinson as a top 5 play this week. I have TJ Hawkinson as my tight end 8. Gerger said, should I look to sell Devontae Adams? Who would be better options rest of the season that I can upgrade to? Preferably wide receivers. You have good depth. So like I said, guys, I put out that trade video today or yesterday because I knew there's some of us that still have our trade deadlines open. So sorry if you guys don't. But Gerger, if you can trade Devontae Adams for JSN, Khalil Shakir, Debo, Mike Evans, even a Jaden Reed, those would be the players that I'm trying to target wide receiver wise for Devontae Adams. Appreciate all y'all guys for tuning in. I'm going to cough here really second, so I'm going to mute the mic. I think I didn't mute the whole thing, so sorry if you got to hear that. Squid said, trade Kyron and Mooney for Mike Evans and B-Rob. Squid, this is a really fair trade. I kind of lean holding the Kyron and Mooney side, but I understand why you want the Mike Evans side rest of the season with the way that he's been playing. So Squid, I think if you give me your team, I might lean the Mike Evans and B-Rob side maybe potentially, but I mean, in an absolute vacuum, Squid, I do lean the Kyron and Mooney side there. C said Gibbs. Okay, see, you got so many teams, bro. Yeah, so I'd be going with Gibbs and Achan. Then wide receivers, I would be going with Chase and St. Brown, and then I would flex McLaurin there, Seawolves. Ikshay said, start 3 PPR. Cup, Pickens, Neighbors, Metcalf. Rank these 3 this week. Kyler, Herbert, Jaden Daniels. Great questions here from Ikshay. So when we're looking at wide receivers, number 1 we'll be going with Cooper Kupp. Then we'll be going with Malik Neighbors, even though he does have Tommy DeVito. I do like it for Malik Neighbors this week. And then in regards to this third wide receiver, it's going to be between Pickens and it's going to be between Metcalf. I go with Pickens over Metcalf. And then rank these 3 this week. It'll be... Oh, the Jaden Daniels ranking this week was hard because we have seen Jaden Daniels absolutely struggle. And so it's been a little bit of a looking at my rest of season rankings and how that ultimately is impacting my weekly rankings based on the matchups. I still have Jaden Daniels higher than Kyler this week by 2 spots. So I would go Jaden Daniels, Kyler, and Herbert would be the rank on those quarterbacks. A.K. Shay. Wolf Chomp Pineapple. Sup, dog? Love the name. Also, Wolf, I love the picture, bro. Absolutely love the picture. So thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what questions I can answer for you. Gerger said, I was scared this was going to tell me to play Tyrone Tracy. LMO bye weeks. Why are you worried that I was going to tell you to play Tyrone Tracy? Gerger, what makes you worried? I mean, Tyrone Tracy, he's a top 12 running back for me this week, bro. You got to start him. You got to fire him up, Gerger. Fire him up. Irfan, appreciate you tuning in. You say, hey, Caleb, 8-3 in a 12-team full PPR, 2 flex. Got JD, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Gibbs, Jacob. Oh, bro, just absolutely flex on us, bro. This team's looking fire. Waddle, Eckler, Estime, Wandell, Douglas, Elijah Brooks. Do I trade a top wide receiver for 2 top 10s? Potentially. I mean, it depends. I think you got enough depth for me to feel good that you're 8-3. Clearly because you have the studs. Now, the worry with this team is that JD5 is probably, I mean, he's been underperforming. So if he's not going to be the league-winning quarterback you need, can Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra keep it up with Gibbs that give you enough points per game upside to continue? Irfan, I personally would not try. It depends on what 2 top 10 wide receivers we're talking about. Like if you're saying, hey, I'm going to give up Amon-Ra and I'm going to get Cooper Kupp and Malik Neighbors. I'm going to get Cooper Kupp and Tyreek Hill. Like, sure. But it depends on what those 2 top 10s are for me to determine this team. But I do really like this team for you. So if you can do it, depends on which wide receivers you're talking about. Otherwise, I'm just going to hold and not be too concerned. Shay said, what are we doing with Breece Hall, CeeDee Lamb? Hold, sell, if sell, then for who and why? Shay, honestly, this is probably this is going to be league dependent and manager dependent. The biggest thing for me is, can you sell them? Yes, but they're definitely depleted assets. And so if I tell you to hold, it's purely because you're not going to be able to get the value in return for them. So we're going to just continue to rely on that upside. Worst part though is if we hold, then they're not performing for your lineup. So AKJ, like at this point in the season, you're kind of in a sticky situation where sure, maybe I could tell you to go sell and you could go get it. Like if you could go sell Breece Hall right now and go get Jahmyr Gibbs, Alvin Kamara, sure, that's fine. But you're probably not going to be able to get those guys. So then it's like, are you trading Breece Hall away for Chase Brown? Like ideally, maybe you should. Then we look at a guy like a CeeDee Lamb. Are you trading CeeDee Lamb away for Jawan Jennings, Marvin Harrison Jr.? Like that's kind of the range of values that he's in currently right now. So AKJ, like it depends on how you view your assets and how desperate you are as a team. Probably I'm just going to hold and bank and hope for better days ahead. Hope for some upside to happen, even though we haven't seen it necessarily with Breece Hall. CeeDee Lamb's just a different story. It's the whole quarterback situation. So that's kind of my thoughts. Totally team dependent. Totally depends on what offers you can get. But in a vacuum, I'm probably just holding. We got a super chat at season. Let me get to that in a second. Coach AJ, bro, thanks so much for tuning in and for your 5. Absolutely. Always appreciate seeing you here in the streets. Go to your Dolphins. You said, hey, Caleb, 9-2 and in the playoffs. You have Debo. What wide receivers do you think I can get from desperate teams that have wide receivers on bye? T. Higgins straight up question mark. Great question. Yeah, so if we're looking at Debo, like these are the guys, if I could get T, if I could get Marvin Harrison Jr., even like a CeeDee Lamb is intriguing for your team because you're 9-2. Potentially like a Jaden Reed, Mike Evans. Those would be some of the targets that I would take, Coach. I would take T. Higgins straight up. I would also take Zay Flowers rest of the season. Like those are some guys that I would go explore trading away Debo for. Now, Debo's value, Coach, is a little bit depleted. So that's the only part that I do want to warn you about because we have seen, of course, Juwan Jennings really start to outperform. And I say really start to. He's been outperforming Debo Samuel like all season. So, Coach, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for the 5. Absolutely appreciate you, bro. And let me know what other questions I can answer for you. Let me get back to the question. We have so many of you. We're already up to 116 questions. I'm falling so far behind. We got ad season here. It says start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Bucky, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chuba, Aaron Jones, Debo, Quentin Johnson. Start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Yeah, so we're starting Chuba, we're starting Marvin Harrison Jr., and then we're starting Aaron Jones, their ad season. That's who I would be doing. And if you guys haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. It helps me out so much. Answering every Start Sit question. Mark says Lions or Tampa Bay defense. I personally lean with the Tampa Bay defense this week. And it's pretty simple. Tampa Bay going up against the Giants. I don't think the Lions are a terrible defense this week versus Indianapolis. We just saw Anthony Richardson absolutely cook, though, Mark. So I lean with the Bucks, but it's very close. Lon said, "Go Ducks, go Bo." Lon, you're funny. You're funny. David said, "Benson or Brooks this week? I'm already starting Connor. No one really available on waivers. I'm in first place. Was offered Ridley for Javonte and Brooks D as a trade offer as well, which I could do." I was offered Ridley for Javonte. Yeah, I'll take Benson, of course, over Brooks this week. I know there's a chance. Just get all the rushing upside that you can in that Arizona Cardinals offense. Not that I just don't know what Brooks' overall role is going to be. And trust me, I got Brooks still stashed on each and every stinking roster. So I'm right there with you, David. But then when we talk through Ridley, Javonte, Broncos D, I personally just probably I'll take Calvin Ridley for Javonte and Broncos D. I just think Audric Estime is continuing to eat into Javante's role, even though we saw him kind of come out of the doghouse this last week and take over most of that role. But going forward, I personally want Ridley rest of season. And then we got Sir G said we starting Otten or Ertz this week. Bro, we will be starting Cade Otten, have it Cade Otten as a top 6 tight end. So I would be going with Cade Otten. Trick said sitting at 7-4, 3-way tie for second. Lineup is Achane, Jacobs, Lamb, Tyreek, Mike Evans, and now Bowers as my tight end. Only 4 teams make playoffs in our 12-man league, and I play the other top 3 teams to finish these. Hey, which is, you could look at it as, oh my gosh, that's unfair. It's a struggle, or we're going to go beat all these teams and absolutely achieve our destiny. Your destiny, Tricks, is right ahead of you. We just got to go achieve it, bro. So let's go get it. And let's put the music back on. Let's get some good old background tunes blaring from Element. At season, thoughts on Goff this week? Yeah, I have him as a top 7 quarterback. So I do like Jared Goff this week as going up against Indy. So I do like the matchup. Indy's secondary has been very, very not good. As someone that lives in Indiana, it just hasn't been ideal for their secondary. Your boy said full PPR start, 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Lockett, McMillan, Brooks, Mostert, Spears, Thielen. I also need to drop 1 to pick up a quarterback. I would say my running backs are strong with mixing Kamara and Monte. Okay, yeah. So 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Oh man, dude, this is rough. Yeah, boy, we're in the dirt, bro. I lean with Lockett, even though we have seen JSN just take over his role. And then the second flex, I lean Mostert just with the touchdown upside. And you said I also need to drop 1 to pick up a QB. If you have to drop 1, I'm probably it's between McMillan and it's between Thielen. So I personally go with I would go with Thielen. See ya, Thielen. And I understand we think that connection with Bryce Young could potentially be good, but I think with your team, and maybe you need to drop Spears because you just said you have really strong running backs. So it depends like where Thielen would slot in. Yeah, I think we drop Spears here, ya boy. Just based on what you're telling me on your team and how strong it is, I would drop Spears over Thielen. I'm talking myself into holding Thielen for you. Frizz said, yo, what's up? What's up? Hey, Frizz. Good to see you, bro. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got Zeke. It says, hey, I have a buy at running back that I need to win this week. I'm trying to trade him. I have a buy at RB that I need to win this week. I'm trying to trade him for Aaron Jones, but people are saying it should be vetoed. Unfair trade. Do you think that trade should be vetoed? I have a buy at RB. Okay, Zeke, bro. Did you tell me a buy? Who's the player? Zeke. Where are we at, Zeke? I'm looking through the comments to see if you clarified this for me. Man. Zeke, bro. Who you missed? I have a buy at RB. Who's a buy that I need to win this week? I'm trying to trade him for Aaron Jones. I don't know who you're trying to trade for Aaron Jones. Zeke, I'm not trying to. If you comment it, I'm trying to hold to see if you comment this. I don't know who I have a buy. I'm trying to think of what running back's name. Can someone help me? If I'm trying to answer. Oh, James Cook. I have James Cook at running back. Thank you, Zeke. Thank you. Coming in clutch, bro. I was about to say I didn't want to skip your question because you've been waiting a while. I've been James Cook that I need to win this week. I'm trying to trade him for Aaron Jones, but people are saying it should be vetoed for unfair trade. Do you think this trade should be vetoed? I mean, personally, I understand why you're doing it. I think the league, most people would, of course, take James Cook over Aaron Jones. It's close enough. I personally still want James Cook, but I know that you need to win, and that's why you're doing it. So I think you just explain it to the league and explain that you don't think you're getting swindled, and then usually that'll help not get the trade vetoed there, Zeke. But I personally wouldn't do it, but I also know it's a must-win week for you. Sheik said, hey, Caleb, if you had to flex someone of these, who would it be? Tank Dell, Jawan Jennings, or Rome Odunze? Jawan Jennings for sure there, Sheik. And said, also, do you have a Discord? If not, will you make one down the line? Sheik, it's a great question, bro. I got a lot of people asking for a Discord. I think that would be fun. I think for me, my main focus has been how can I answer everybody's question on YouTube? And then from there, I think next year we'll definitely be looking to expand into some type of Discord membership community for sure. But like I said, I want to provide the ultimate level value that I can for free. And so that's kind of been my goal this year as we're helping grow the YouTube channel. So I have friends that they focus on growing a Discord and it's important. And a lot of people can just talk and interact all the time. But I feel like for me, a lot of my Discords that I'm a part of, like when the person that you're joining the Discord for isn't actively participating, it can kind of really kill the Discord. So I want to make sure that if we do a Discord that I'm actively ready to participate in every sort of way. So that's kind of Sheik where I'm at there. But I appreciate you for tuning in. But yeah, it'll definitely be coming for sure. Jacob said, would you trade Waddle for Javonte Williams? Ooh, Jacob, I think I might be crazy to say Waddle. Yeah, I think you got to go Javonte. You just got to go Javonte. It's close. It's close there, Jacob, but I'll lean Javonte. Frizz said, we starting Pierce or Slayton in flex? Ooh, Slayton with Tommy DeVito, can scramble, doesn't have a big arm, or Pierce. I think we got to go with Alec Pierce with Anthony Richardson there, Frizz. Your boy says, with Allen on bye, who should I pick up? Tua, Winston, Caleb Williams, AR, Drake May, Will Levis. Your boy, I'll be going with AR this week out of all those options. And like I said, it's crazy for me to be telling people to start AR because we were literally thinking maybe 2-3 weeks ago that this man wasn't going to have a job. But yeah, I would be going with AR. Sheik said, 10-team PPR, Allen on bye. Who would you pick up? Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, Tua, or Anthony Richardson. I will be picking up Bo Nix over Anthony Richardson here, though, Sheik. Give me Bo Nix. First says, now that Murray's back, do I drop May or hold for a backup to Murray? I mean, at this point, I do think there's going to be too much that's going to change, and you probably need some other things down on your roster. So, like, I'd much rather have stashes at running back and wide receiver here for his, so I'm cool to drop Drake May there for you. Jacob said, also, I'm a 7-4, 14-team, Mahomes, Henry, Aaron Jones, A.J. Brown, McLaurin, Evans, Laporta, Waddle, Odunze, Spears, Bigsby, and other bench players. It don't matter. Any trades I should make? And a 14-team, dude, I'm thinking of like, oh yeah, let's pair up Rome Odunze and Waddle and go get you a better better, like, third, fourth wide receiver. But this is a 14 team. You're 7-4. The reason you're 7-4 is because you have insane depth here, Jacob. And so this is me like saying this not like as a cop out, but like genuinely, unless you have like 1-for-1 trades that you prioritize that are better, and which I'm not about to go through each of these players and be like, these are the, I mean, I'm sure, Jacob, you have a good ideas of who those might be. That would be the only thing I'm doing. I'm not trying to tier up at all. And I'm not trying to tier down. I think you got the perfect balance of depth in a 14 team league. So I would just kind of hold with what you're doing, because you're 7-4, bro. You're 7-4. You're in a good spot. Your boy said in flex, full PPR, Tracy, Jennings, or Dell. Your boy in flex, full PPR. I will be going with Tracy. Have Tracy as a top 12 running back this week. I still have Jennings as a wide receiver 16, but I lean Tracy over Jennings this week. Your boy Snoopy, he said, yo, what's up, Caleb? How you, bro? Doing good. And it's, anytime I see you, Snoopy, it's good around here. You said Jonnu Smith or Taysom Hill rest of the season. Ooh, Jonnu Smith, the man who's been out targeting our boy Tyreek Hill, or Taysom Hill. I think we have to lean Taysom Hill. Not that I don't like Jonnu. Jonnu's 100% moved up my rest of season rankings. You'll see that. I think I'm putting out that video. Am I putting it out tomorrow or on Friday? We'll have to see what day I ended up putting out that video. But no, I definitely think you got to go Taysom Hill there, Snoopy, over Jonnu Smith. Gerger says Jawan Jennings, Xavier Worthy, Christian Watson, Jared Judy, Wando, and MBJ on waivers. Any of these players have higher ceiling than Devontae Smith this week? It's hard because I'm evaluating like rest of season rankings. I mean, I think you could make the argument, Gerger, that Jawan Jennings has higher upside than Devontae Smith this week and also rest of season. So I would probably lean, let's just risk it for the biscuit here and go with Jawan Jennings. Now, if AJ Brown gets hurt, which knock on wood, I have way too much AJ Brown. Like, of course, Devontae Smith is going to go flying up rest of season rankings. But I personally lean with Jawan Jennings over Devontae Smith. And then Jacob says, should I trade Aaron Jones and Waddle and Odunze for Pacheco? Any other running backs I should target with this trade besides Pacheco? Thanks and have a great night. Yeah, Jacob, great questions here, dude. I'll be keeping, especially knowing that it's a 14-team league for you, I'm keeping the Aaron Jones and Waddle for Pacheco. I understand we're assuming Pacheco is going to come back and be the absolutely same Pacheco. The thing that we are not taking into consideration is Kareem Hunt's still going to have a role. Whether it's going to be 35%, 40%, 50% of the snaps, like they want Isaiah Pacheco to be healthy for the playoffs. And so now the fact that they have two elite level bell cows, I think I'm a little bit worried about Pacheco's overall value rest of the season. Now, if you kind of look at this trade and like what you're offering, I would be looking at like trying to get like a Jonathan Taylor, a James Cook, a Josh Jacobs for this trade. I think you feel a little bit better about that. Even potentially getting up into a Chase Brown. Like those would be the running backs that I would be targeting, not necessarily Pacheco. But I could be wrong on Pacheco, 100%. Adam, good to see you. You said start JT or DJ Moore considering matchup. Yeah, I still start JT over DJ Moore this week here. Adam, PPR, half PPR, JT all the way. Appreciate you, Adam. Jeff said, what should I do with Jordan Mason and BTJ? Can't find any trade partners, not even CMC owner, which I understand why the CMC. They don't want to have to pay up for an elite level handcuff. They assume, oh, Jeff's going to be over here and dropping Jordan Mason. I'll probably get him for free. And BTJ, like we said, I mean, it's unfortunate when things happen with wide receivers like this because BTJ's value, not because of his own doing or his own play, just because it's been crap. I mean, yeah, if you can't get Calvin Ridley, Mooney, Hopkins, Tillman level value for Brian Thomas Jr., you're probably just stuck holding there, Jeff. So sorry, dude. Like I said, I know once we get to this point in the season, like people are just not willing to accept handcuffs and or depleted assets like a Brian Thomas Jr., like a CeeDee Lamb, like a Breece Hall, like these type of assets where they've just underperformed or there's been recent things that have caused them to underperform. It's hard to trade and it gets brutal. So I think we just got to pray for better days for Brian Thomas Jr. that they can get involved. But yeah, it's been brutal. Georgia said, I relate to the Nico struggles. I went 2-3 in games with him gone. Yeah, it was brutal. And then last week, the huge touchdown, that thing got called back and then he was still limited in the snap share. Just absolutely crazy. Anthony said, Dubs, Keenan Allen, Leggett, Noah Brown, Vale, more available on waivers. Any of them better options than Worthy or Thielen? I think you could argue that Romeo Dubs Anthony is a better option than Adam Thielen, but I think I'm just going to hold the two guys. I actually would argue that maybe Elijah Moore over Xavier Worthy. I just hate to tell you that because it's been absolutely crazy for Xavier Worthy in his career. But yeah, I think Xavier Worthy, as we're looking at like rest of season, I'm over here just like rambling without giving you actually hardcore analysis here. Yeah, I would take Elijah Moore over Xavier Worthy for sure, even though the snap share has been good for Xavier Worthy. So I'd be cool to drop, who are we looking at? Yeah. I would drop for Elijah Moore for sure there, Anthony. Brunson Burner. What a name. We need a better profile picture there, Brunson. Trade Pacheco for Tracy, 100%. Go give me some Tyron Tracy rest of season. Even, like we said, even with them trying to tank, even with Tommy DeVito at quarterback, give me Tyron Tracy. Good evening, John. Good to see you, bro. You said, would you trade away Cup and Chuba for CMC and Neighbors? Yep, give me CMC and Neighbors. Really what's happening here, John, is someone is like, I'm trying to get out on Neighbors before we get Tommy DeVito time. Personally, I want the CMC and Neighbor side and a half-point PPR for sure. I would do that deal 10 out of 10 times. Appreciate you, John. Bocce said, would you trade Cup for Jennings and Chase Brown or Reed and Chase Brown? Personally, I would want the Reed and Chase Brown. Not that I don't like Jennings. It's close. Rest of the season for me. I just think there's more upside with Reed. I like that you're getting Chase Brown, Bocce. Either of these deals. If you have a slight preference, I would go that way because, like I said, I have Juwan Jennings and Reed pretty close in my rest of season rankings, but I personally want the Reed and Chase Brown side there. But we also know that if Reed doesn't catch a touchdown like last week, his kind of rest of season outlook is a little bit lower than we were hoping for. Anthony said, got Shakir and Mooney on buys, plus Mooney's injured. Yeah. Goodness, Anthony. Goodness, bro. You're battling through. Sewell said, number one pick, a defense. Detroit, Miami, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Chicago. I lean with Tampa Bay here, Seawolves, as my number one pick for defense this week. And then Blizzard said, hey, Caleb, got to start 3 in PPR. B-Rob, Devontae, Jennings, Odunze. Think Odunze will go off this week with the new offensive coordinator and a good matchup. Yeah, I think Odunze has a good shot, but if I had to pick 3, I'm personally going with Jennings, Devontae, and Brian Robinson there. Just give you context, Blizzard, so that you know. I have Rome Odunze sliding in as my wide receiver 33. Like we said, Juwan Jennings is a lot higher, wide receiver 17. I then have Devontae Smith as wide receiver 19. So I would be taking those. And then, of course, I have Brian Robinson as, well, let's go down to our running back rankings just to give you the full picture as my RB12 this week. So, yeah, I lean all those guys over Odunze. I think it could be good for Odunze. I think it could provide great depth for you, Blizzard. But personally, I'd be going with Devontae, Jennings, and B-Rob. Seawolf said number 2 pick, a defense. Houston, Kansas City. I'll be going with Kansas City defense here, C. And then you said number 3 pick, a defense. I'll be going with Pittsburgh number 3 here, C. Rice said, is Kyron a good buy this week? Probably should have talked about Kyron as a buy. I think the issue here, Rice, and like I said, I would go Rice. If you guys don't know, with every video we do, we go to Fantasy Football Trade Calc database. They give all recent trades, so you can put in like Kyron and get all the trades that have been happening recently to kind of get some values on Kyron. I love to see what real trade values that are going down. I have Kyron down as my RB10 rest of the season, so I definitely think he is a good buy. If you could flip, Kenneth Walker or Chase Brown for him, sure. But yeah, I'm not flipping Alvin Kamara, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon, anything like that. So Rice, depending on what trade offers are out there, I think that could be really great help for you. C said number 4, pick a defense. Philadelphia, Miami, Arizona. I'll be going with Tampa Bay there. C. Big growing stuff. Good to see you, man. You said Jordan Love or Goff. I'll be going with Goff this week. Big growing stuff. Did I get your start state question right last week? I'm trying to remember what it was, but I feel like I got it wrong. So I apologize if I did get it wrong. I was thinking about it on Sunday, but now it's Wednesday and I've forgotten. Blizzard said, also any trade targets for me at the deadline in Superflex, 10-team Dynasty, 3 flex, Allen, Goff, T-Law, Stafford. It just depends on, I guess I don't know if we're contending, if we're not. I mean, I think the big thing here with your team Blizzard, we got a lot of running backs that we could be worried about going into next year. I mean, we got Mixon in a super loaded class for 2025. We got B-Rob and we got ETN. So those would be the guys that I'd be potentially looking to move. Can you attach a running back to a guy like a T-Law to go get a better asset before the floor falls out? Maybe even packaging up a Stafford and a T-Law to go get a better quarterback. Like, those are all moves, Blizzard, that I'd be looking to do on this team. But Blizzard, a lot more Dynasty content to come this offseason. See, of course, bro. Of course. Thanks for coming in. Slime, good to see you. You said, should I trade Rashad White for Marvin Harrison Jr.? My running backs are Bucky and A-Chain, and why is yes. Boom, dude. Yeah, do this trade. Yeah, give me Marvin Harrison Jr. 100% if you can do that. Alex said, start 2, Waddle, Worthy, and JMO. We will be starting JMO and Waddle here, Alex. And then we got Jacob says, would you trade Aaron Jones and McLaurin for Walker and Pickens? Aaron Jones and McLaurin for Walker and Pickens. Yes, give me the Walker and Pickens side. I feel like Pickens and McLaurin are pretty close, but then I have Walker ahead of Aaron Jones. So give me the Walker and Pickens side for sure. With the squad, Jacob, with the squad. Ace, appreciate you being here. You said, what's up, Kale? Dude, Ace, doing good. Like I said, guys, a lot of you guys found the channel this season and are just coming back all the time, and it just makes me happy. Appreciate you guys for all sticking with me all season. Should I trade Jennings for Tony Pollard? My other wide receivers are Puka Smith and Pop Douglas. I have Pacheco and Monty for running backs. Oh, man, dude. So we got Tony Pollard, who's been on the struggle bus, and then we got Jawan Jennings, who's on the come up. No, dude, I'm holding Jawan Jennings here in full PPR. I thought about it. I understand we're worried about your running back spot, especially with Isaiah Pacheco in that overall upside. But personally, for me, I'd rather have Puka, Smith, and Jennings as my top 3 wide receivers there. And Ace, honestly, the thing I always like to say too is I want my RB2 spot to be the weakest part of my team, and not that we feel great about our RB1 spot being like Monty, and let's see what Pacheco can do. But I do prefer to hold Jennings there. Appreciate you, Lon. Thanks for being here. Rice said, I'm playing a guy who has Bijan, JJ, and Jamar, but thankfully Jamar and Bijan are on a bye this week. Shout out to Rice. Just you're just hanging in there, bro. You're just hanging in there. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully you get the win this week. And then Big Growing Stuff said Njoku, Laporta, bad weather in Cleveland tomorrow. I still lean David Njoku over Laporta. Just to give you context, David Njoku is my tight end 6. And then Sam Laporta is sliding in as my tight end 13. So personally, I still lean Big Growing Stuff Njoku. Anthony said, with Kincaid on bye and Laporta maybe not even play, who would you drop off the possibility? Who would you drop for the possibility of Fant and Henry? I would drop for Henry, honestly, Anthony, and I would be cool to drop really either. Doesn't even matter. I'm cool to drop Kincaid for that. Glitchmod said, appreciate the bro. Glitchmod, what a photo tube, dude. What an absolute fire photo. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite parts of streaming is seeing your guys' username profile pictures. You said Downs, Judy, or DJ Moore. Also, should I drop Akers for Chubb? Yeah, give me Chubb. And then I would start Downs and DJ Moore. But it doesn't feel good because we know like Jerry Judy, the target share can be absolutely insane. But I go with Downs and I go with DJ Moore. I have DJ Moore 2 spots higher than Judy though, Glitchmod. So if you prefer Judy over Moore, I understand. But give me DJ Moore, give me Downs, and then I would drop Akers for Chubb. Wow, it's like hailing outside. So sorry guys if you guys are hearing that on the mic. Crazy. We're guys, feel free to fart into the mic. We're in your house. Well, that comment came great. Oh, I do like cough. Oh yeah, thanks, Lon. Appreciate you, bro. Tony said, hey, Caleb, have DJ Moore and Sutton as my starting wide receivers due to the bye week. Thielen, Dubs, Tillman, and Elijah Moore are available on the wire. Any of these worth picking up to start this week? It's a great question. I think the real question is DJ Moore versus Tillman. I personally would go with Tillman over DJ Moore this week. So it depends on who you're dropping, though. I wouldn't drop DJ Moore for Sutton. But if you have someone stashed, Tony, that you can drop to go get Cedric Tillman, I would do that over DJ Moore this week. Appreciate you, Tony. Podson said Tommy Cutlets or Will Levis. Pod, bro. What are you doing? You I think we got to go Will. I think we got to go Will Levis. I think we got to go Will versus Houston defense. I mean, they're going to have to chuck. And maybe it's going to be like, wasn't it like his first game that he started? Was it last year when he threw to DeAndre Hopkins? Was that against Texans? I forget who it was when he absolutely lit it up with Hopkins. But I go with Will Levis. Go with the Mayo man. Rice said, I'm stuck on flexing Juwan Jennings, Jaden Reed, or Najee Harris. Right, I would flex Juwan Jennings there. Anthony said, waiver's been cooked all season. Didn't start losing till all the good waiver options were gone, which is always unfortunate. You almost always have to like get some of these waiver wires additions early on in the season. But even this season, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to think like, has there, besides like Tyrone Tracy, trying to think Kareem Hunt, but Kareem Hunt's about to go away. Like, has there been any, there hasn't been like a Puka Nacua or a Kyron Williams come off waivers this season. It wasn't like last year. And so, yeah, it's been a little bit different trying to build. A lot of it, I feel like this is one of the years where it really mattered on who you drafted more than others. Because you can always kind of adjust your roster. But, yeah. Gerger says, because Tyrone Tracy plays for the Giants, even against Carolina in one of his better games, he fumbled. I'm scared of bad offenses like the Giants in Vegas. Gerger, you're 100% allowed to be scared. To be honest, he fumbled just so that the Giants would lose because they were, they're trying to tank for a better quarterback next year. But no, Tyrone, and even though he fumbled, he still put up elite level numbers. So don't be worried about Tyrone Tracy. Play him. He's going to get volume. LeBron James. Sup, bro? Appreciate you. Full PPR. We got Goff or Knicks. I will be going with Jared Goff. Njoku or Otten. I will be going with Kate Otten. And then Pickens or Marv. I will be going with Pickens. Worried about the weather for the Thursday night football game in regards to Njoku and Pickens. I am worried about it too. At this moment, I still lean Pickens over Marv. I still lean Kate Otten over Njoku. So really the only one in play is going to be Pickens. If you, of course, want to play Marvin Harrison Jr. because you think it's going to be a better weather game, LeBron, you're the absolute GOAT. You do what you got to do, bro. So I still lean Goff, Otten, and then you can kind of decide on the last one. Coach, thanks so much for the super chat as always. Frizz, should I drop Pop Douglas to pick up Wright or Ray Davis? Looking at my rest of the season, I probably won't play Pop Douglas, to be honest. I mean, I have Pop Douglas ranked ahead of them rest of season, but I understand wanting to potentially get a high priority handcuff because we do know that there's no good running backs on waiver wire. And the only way that a good running back is going to open up on waiver wire is really just because of an injury. And so I lean Ray Davis just because he's the 2. Wright still has Raheem Mostert in front of him. So I'd be going with Ray Davis. Georgia said WAJ for the chat. Yeah, shout out to Coach AJ, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Seawolf said, would you drop JT for Chase Brown's on waivers? Yes, give me Chase Brown over JT. I'm crazy that you're playing in a type of league like that. See where you have to drop one to pick up another. But yeah, give me Chase Brown over JT. Kyle said, Hubbard or Daddle? I go with Chuba this week, Kyle. Gerger, like I said, guys, 163 questions. We're pumping out. You guys are firing away those questions, and I'm trying to get to them as soon as possible. So I appreciate everyone for waiting around, hanging out. Trade Devontae Adams for CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, or George Pickens. Any of them, Gerger, but I prefer George Pickens or DK Metcalf. Would I need to add an extra piece to make these trades happen? Potentially. But I'd be cool to add a small piece to go get the upgrade because I'm not convinced on Devontae Adams the rest of the season. And I know you're in pretty much like win territory. Irfan said, the 2 players I was looking at were Connor and Puka for Amon-Ra. What do you think? Honestly, dude, it's so close between Puka and Amon-Ra the rest of the season that James Connor makes me want to take the package over just getting the better player in Amon-Ra. Like, Amon-Ra is still my wide receiver 3, but Puka is sliding in as my wide receiver 6. So 3 spots for James Conner. No, I want the extra depth piece there for sure. Galatas said, I have Josh Allen on bye. Only quarterbacks available are Stafford, Winston, Wilson, Young, and DeVito. Who should I roll with? Yeah, so it's going to be between Wilson, Winston, and Stafford. I lean with Stafford. That's who I'd lean with this week. Not that I feel great. I mean, I have Matthew Stafford right now as my QB 15, so gutless. It's not Galatas. I totally botched your username, but it's not like you're going to have ultimate level upside here with any of these options, but I do lean Matty Boy Stafford there. And we got Kyle said, sorry, better yet, Hubbard, Daddle, or Chubb, pick two. I'll be going with Hubbard, and then I'll be going with Daddle. It's hard for me to tell people to start Nick Chubb because we haven't seen it yet. Now, we did talk about how it might be a little bit more weather-dependent game where the running attack could be good. This Browns offensive line's been absolute cheeks, though. So give me Daddle even with the crappier quarterback play. Coach said, thanks, bro. Keep up the great Bro, appreciate you, Coach AJ. Thanks for always hopping in. Dude, and you've been really generous with the super chat, so appreciate you, bro. Kyle says, by the way, I don't know if you remembered last week, I asked Daniels versus Winston at quarterbacks. Thanks for saying Daniels. Oh, bro. I feel that. Daniels. Oh, man. Listen. I know it was bad, though. It's not like Daniels was. It wasn't like Daniels was amazing, bro. It wasn't like Daniels was amazing. But, yeah, dude. I don't know what to say. Jane Daniels has been disappointing, though. So, glad it worked out, Kyle. I've been probably around for you a ton this year, though. But thanks for the kind words. Devon Achane is my Pookie. Should I accept trading Debo for Jameson Williams and Daddle? Oh, Devon. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I think I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to hold Debo here. It's a fair deal, Devon. It really is. Depends on if you're super desperate. I just don't think Rico Dowdle is going to perform enough like points per game advantage. And I think I just want Debo here based on the name, the recognition, and the snap share. So give me Debo still. I'll hold Debo there for you. Gerger said, speaking of music, Caleb, we running out of time in the season to play my music on the street. Bro, Gerger, I swear, Element said he messaged you. I have not seen an email come through from you, bro. So I don't know if your email is whitelisted or what it is. You need to, if you want to drop what your email is, I will double check. But I literally have a Google Drive link that I will send you, and you can upload your music into it. Yeah, I don't even I literally have typed in. I literally said, I literally emailed Element Gerger, and I said, did Gerger ever email you? And he said, yep. And then he never told me what your email was. So it's a mystery to me, bro. Absolutely mystery to me. If you want to send me your email, I will in the chat, or you want to comment it on a video, and then I'll find it, and then I'll delete it for you. Do that, and then I'll look for it and send you an email. Thomas, good to see you. You said, hey, Caleb, you like Baker or Stafford for the start this week? Dude, I will be going with Baker this week over Matty Boy Stafford. We got the potential for Mike Evans to be back. We got Cade Otton balling out. Plus, they're going up against the Giants defense, bro. 100% be going with Baker there, my guy. Appreciate you tuning in. Means the absolute world. And, guys, we're absolutely grinding. We're absolutely grinding to answer all these start-sit questions here tonight. The next question we got is from Shane. He said, trade Kamara and Devontae Smith for Goff and Puka. Other running backs are CMC and B-Rob. Other starting wide receivers is Garrett Wilson. I mean, Shane, this is the thing I'm going to say here. It's a fair deal both ways. I personally lean that I want the Kamara and Devontae Smith side, but I don't know what your quarterback situation is. If your quarterback situation absolutely blows, then I understand wanting to get Puka because Puka's the best player in the deal. But then I feel like the difference between Goff to these other guys is hard for me rest of the season. I understand Goff has a good spot start this week. And your other starting wide receiver is Garrett Wilson. I understand doing it, why you'd want it, because you're I get Garrett Wilson and Puka. I just wish you could get another player than Goff, Shane. That's my big thing. But maybe you need it. So I would take the Goff and Puka, but if you don't need a quarterback, then I would try to get another position. And you said I was also offered Goff and Marvin Harrison Jr. for Kamir. Okay. I'm not doing that deal. I'm doing the first one. But, Shane, I don't know if you need Goff. But if you need Goff, then I would do the first. I would do the first deal, for sure. Gerger said, to be fair, Caleb, this community is strong. I would join the Discord to talk to fellow members as much as I talk. That's true. Gerger, I appreciate that. I know a lot of you guys would too. So that's definitely in the discussion. Next year, we will for sure have something next year. But like I said, guys, the main reason that I haven't done anything yet is just because I wanted to focus all my attention on growing the YouTube, making sure that I'm providing the best analysis, providing the best insights that I can week in and week out for all y'all. But you guys have become weekly members, so make sure next year you guys tune in, because they'll for sure be a Discord or a community thing for us next year. Raul said, Caleb, my bench is Benson, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis, Mason, Dell, Watson. Should I drop anyone for Keon Coleman? I think I would add Keon Coleman here, and I think you could probably drop Braylon Allen at this point, which is crazy to say, but I do, out of all those options, I would drop either Watson or Braylon Allen would be the two options there for me, Raul. And then you said you have Aubrey as a kicker. Should I roll with him or pick up Bass or McLaughlin for the long run? I'm in first currently with an 8-3 record. Thanks for all you do. Thanks, bro. Aubrey's an interesting one because I still lean Aubrey rest of season. I mean, I have Tyler Bass like close, so I understand Mike wanting to go that way, but I think this offense will be bad, but I also think a bad offense kind of low-key benefits him more than what you would think, because they're gonna, if they can get into field goal range, it's gonna give Aubrey a chance to make some pretty long kicks. So it's not maybe gonna be as many kicks, but I do lean Brandon Aubrey still rest of season. Green Screen Man said start 2 running backs: Achane, Kyron, K9, Hunt, Pacheco, Dobbins. So if I have to start 2, we're gonna be starting Devon, and then I will be starting Kyron, and then start 2 wide receivers. We'll be starting Nico and CD. And then we're going to start a tight end. I will be starting McBride, and then a flex. I will be going with one of the running backs, and I will be going with K9 would be who I would do there, Green Screen Man. So Achane, Kyron, K9, Nico, CD, McBride would be what I would do there, Green Screen Man. Maragma, appreciate you seeing there. You said, are there any moves you would recommend with this team? Burrow, Jefferson, Pickens, Jaden Reed, Amari Cooper, Thielen, Bijan, Achane, Brian Robinson. Didn't mean to hit send, bro. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Honestly, with this team, dude, I think we're loaded. We got elite level Bijan. We got Justin Jefferson. No, bro. I think we're in it for the long haul. We got Burrow, who's playing at an absolutely elite level. No, I'm not making any moves. I like where your wide receivers are. Cool. Maybe we could pair Jaden Reed and Amari Cooper and go get a better wide receiver 3, but I don't want to give up that depth. Maragma, keep it up. Andrea, good to see you. Good to see you. She said Josh Downs or Lad McConkey PPR this week. Shout out to Lad. Absolutely emerging in fantasy football. And you still got Josh Downs performing at a very high level here. But personally, I lean Lad McConkey, a little less target competition, a little better quarterback here this week. And I like the matchup a little bit more, Andrea, for sure. Georgia said, should I straight up drop Kareem Hunt for Juwan Jennings? What can we project Kareem Hunt points per game going forward? I mean, the only thing you can project with Kareem Hunt is if something else were to happen to Isaiah Pacheco, like that's the only way that his value really goes back up. So I personally would prefer Juwan Jennings rest of season over Kareem Hunt, Georgia. Kareem Hunt, of course, is just going to be a valuable depth piece if you need running back help, because we have seen how elite he has been if he gets that opportunity. Then Andrea says, need one Goddard, Zach Ertz, Jonnu Smith, full PPR. I think we got to go Jonnu Smith here, Andrea. We got Jonnu Smith, who's been absolutely balling it out in the fantasy football streets. Zach Ertz versus Dallas, that is a good matchup as well. But the thing that I do know about Jonnu Smith, it's versus New England. He's been out targeting. If you look over the last 4 weeks, he's actually been the highest target earner on the Miami Dolphins team. So personally, for me, go with Jonnu Smith. Missed games and videos. Missed, I think this is your first time on the channel. Like I said, if it is your guys' first time on the channel, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are answering every start sit question this season, whether it's in the comments, whether it is on live stream. So appreciate you, Mist, for being here. You said Herbert or Mayfield this week. Mist, I will be going with Baker Mayfield over Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has looked good, though. I give him that. He's really outproduced his situation, the amount of passing attempts, how much this team is running the ball. But I do go with Baker Mayfield as my starter there. We got LeBron back in here. He said, sup, bro, full PPR, Goff. Oh, dude. LeBron, you must have missed it. You must have missed me answering this question earlier. We'll go with Goff over Knicks. We're going to be going with Otton over Njoku. And then I was going to let you say whatever you want to do with Pickens or Marv. I know Weather has you on the fence, but I lean Pickens. But I understand if you want to go with Marv. Anthony says, at least I still have the Steelers defense. LOL. Georgia said, should I keep holding on Keon Coleman? I mean, honestly, dude, I would, but it depends on who's out there on waiver wires. Yeah, guys, listen, LeBron James, we need like imagine if it was legitly LeBron James. Like, if I got a video, I would just like to say this. If I got one video from LeBron James saying that Caleb Nemi is his fantasy football insider, bro, channel blows up. Channel blows up. That's all I need. LeBron, if that's you, bro, whatever I can do, you and Bronny in a video, let me know. Let me know. I will fly out to LA personally. I will carry your bags for a week into the gym. Whatever we got to do to make it happen. And then Georgia says, "Elmo, what's LeBron doing in the stream?" Bro, he's having some fun. He's got to worry about his fan. You know, I don't even think he's playing. You know, he's probably out there on the bench. He's, you know, the Lakers are playing tonight, out there on the bench watching the stream. You know, no greater compliment. Anthony said, "I'm pretty much here for the vibes. Hello, fantasy team's cooked the second I wish." Dude, Anthony, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. We'll give you a little bit of a sad trombone sound, bro. I appreciate that you always hanging out, dude. You're awesome. And Anthony, this is the thing, bro. You found me this year. Next year, I start making fantasy football content in June. So if you start tuning in June and July, we're going to, not that your team was bad, but we're going to help you next year get an absolutely elite level team. And then Be Growing Stuff said, "You said Goff, bro." Did I say Goff last week? Was that good? I'm forgetting my weeks right now. If Jared Goff, was that when he threw all those interceptions? Yikes, I did. No. Against Jacksonville. I was all of a sudden worried. Be Growing Stuff. Okay, good. He absolutely balled out for you last week. That's good. That's good. Quincy said, "Would you rather have rest of season London or Cup?" Rest of season, I prefer Cup. Also this week, PPR start Jennings, Debo, Marvin Harrison Jr., or McConkey. Believe it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. or Ladd. I'm in my quarterback rankings. Yeah, I'll go with Ladd. Ladd would be the way that I go, but I have Ladd and Juwan Jennings back to back there, Quincy. So if you prefer Juwan Jennings, I understand, but I would go with Ladd. Dylan says, "Is it crazy to start James Conner over Henry due to the tough playoff schedule?" I mean, no. I'm still starting Derrick Henry this week. I'm probably still starting him rest of season. I understand it's a rougher playoff schedule. Matchups will definitely impact, but I mean, this week, like, I do have both as top 9 players. So just kind of depends. But that's kind of how, I don't know, like, I guess we got to just wait and see what it is. Okay, next question we have, okay, so trade away Pickens for James Cook. PPR, I got Jamar, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Najee, Pickens, Ladd, Marv. So what? We feel a little bit worried about our running backs and Pickens as our wide receiver too. Honestly, dude, K, I probably lean just keeping George Pickens here in full PPR. Not that I do like James Cook, and I think that helps your overall floor. But I like your running backs enough that I don't want to give up your, like, have Ladd and Marv as our wide receiver 2 week in and week out doesn't feel as good. So, okay, I probably hold on to Pickens here, but I understand why you want to do that deal. We got Anthony said, "Caleb, we need to lock it in for next season. Fantasy finessed me this year." Bro, Anthony, we gotta lock it in, bro. We gotta absolutely lock it in. So my goal is to help you. And you found me, I found you, it's on. Gerger said, "Anthony, join the subscriber league next year. I'm going to get in it too." Listen, guys, we honestly this year, and this is me being like 100% transparent, I had to ask 5 friends that like aren't active subscribers to be in the league because I couldn't get enough people. I literally kept posting on the community post like every day for like 2 weeks. I got like 80 y'all to join. I had to go find 4 randoms. Now, that's okay. That's 100% okay. But next year, y'all better have your post notifications turned on. If you want to be in the subscriber league, make sure you're coming in around July because we'll draft in August. So that's all I need to say. That's my alert. Be ready for next year. Y'all are going down in the subscriber league because I'm coming back. Right now, I'm in 4th place. I went from literally 10th place to 4th place because CMC is absolutely helping me crush. I don't know. I did a little dance, I guess. Maragma said, "Also, do you see TJ Hawkinson as a good starting tight end rest of the season, or should I look on waivers?" Maragma, it just kind of depends on who's out there on waivers. I have TJ Hawkinson as a top 10 tight end rest of the season, so he is pretty good for me there. We got Freddie said, "Start 2 Downs, Debo, or Hopkins." I will start Freddie. I'll start Debo and Downs here this week. Oh my gosh. Devon Achan is my Pookie. This still RR edits, by the way. Bro, I didn't know it was RR, bro. I didn't know. This is a change, bro. It's a change that I don't know if I can get over this. I really don't know. I didn't realize that was you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Anthony says, I'm over here asking Caleb random questions knowing my team ain't going nowhere. Hey, I love it. I love it. Anthony says, yes, George, I'll be down for the... Like I said, guys, tune in July. July, we'll be doing a subscriber league for sure. Anthony says, it's been a while since I've done more than one league. Dude, you got to do more, Anthony, because this is the thing. If you do 2 or 3, even if you have a crappy team in one, you probably have a good team in one or the other. So it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. And that's why right now I'm in 14 leagues. 9 of them are playoff bound. I have 6 of them. So it's a mix of redraft and dynasty. 6 of them I'm not. It's fine. Even me, I don't get into the playoffs in all my leagues. We got Freddie. Says, rank these: Kyler, Bo, Nix, Jaden Daniels for this week. Jaden Daniels, Kyler, Bo, Nix there, Freddie. Georgia said, I've never done more than just my home league with my boys, but I'm excited to join a subscriber league with some real players. I mean, it's real. It's real. And to be honest, we'll do it for money too. So everyone will send in money, and then like the winner goes to spoils. This year we did, how much was it? I think we did, we got 12 guys, and I think everyone submitted $20. So it wasn't anything crazy. But also, someone's getting, whatever 12 times 20 is. I'm terrible at math. Pretty big. Freddie says, is Pacheco a start this week? I've been monitoring that. I think if he gets activated, I think you do have to start him. He probably ends up being right around my RB25. So in the same range as like Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, Rashad White. Because like we said, I don't know how much work, Freddie, that they're going to give Isaiah Pacheco this week. But keep that monitored as we head into the weekend. Anthony said, last year Laporta was a top 5 tight end, and I had Kyron last year. Man, what a last season was. Lost in the Super Bowl, but a good season. Yeah, bro. And then we saw what Sam Laporta and Kyron Williams are doing this year. How everything turns. Maragma said, how stupid am I for trading Jacobs for Reed? Bro, I don't want to say you're stupid, because no one's like fully stupid. I would just say in the moment, it's not a deal that I would do. I'd want Josh Jacobs over Reed. Dude, LeBron, thanks so much. Get back in the game, bro. We need a triple-double here tonight. Anthony said, Daniels played the top defense in the league. That's why, LOL, go Birds. Shout out to Anthony and his Eagle fandom. Devin Singletary is still open on my waivers. Why is he getting added a lot or something? Did I miss something? Probably just people assuming that they're going to run the ball a ton with Tyrone Tracy. And if that's going to happen, that Devin Singletary is going to get more of the work. And Georgia said, I'm going to drop my email to all those people. Georgia, you're funny, bro. You're funny. Shane said, forgot to mention my QBs are Stroud and Tua. Okay, I understand why you went Goff then. I understand why you went Goff. I'm cool to do that deal. Blizzard said, one more question. Dynasty 2, would you trade B-Rob, Devontae Kmet, 25 third for A.J. Brown, Hawkinson? Yeah, give me A.J. Brown and Hawkinson there, Blizzard, for sure. Rice said, trade McLaurin for Pickens. Give me Pickens, Rice, rest of the season. Even though I still like Terry. I actually just traded Terry. I know PB&J is in here, but PB&J, we made a trade, Tank Dell, for Terry McLaurin early on in the season where I got Tank Dell. I traded away Terry before he fully broke out. Looked like an absolute idiot. Everyone was roasting me in the subscriber chat. I ended up trading away. My team's loaded at running back. Traded away Bucky Irving and Tank Dell to go back and get Terry. So I do like Terry, Rice, but yeah, I would go with Pickens over him. Noah said, my team is Lamar, Bijan, H.M., Mixon. Bro, stop it. Stop it, bro. What a squad. I got offered A.J. Brown from Mixon. Do I do it? No, dude. I think you got good enough wide receivers that I want to run with these elite level running backs week in and week out. So I would hold on to Joe Mixon. Georgia said, I got Hurts, Gibbs, Jacobs, Nico, Devontae Smith, and Njoku. Yeah. Predict W or L for me this week. I mean, I'm going to predict you the dub. I think you got a better overall squad than he does. The thing, Georgia, with his squad is if Tyreek Hill and Mixon goes off, you probably don't. It probably hurts. But I think you have the better team. So I like that for you. Eber said, Stevenson, Higgins, James Cook for Kamara, Worthy, Dobbins, full PPR. Yeah, dude. Eber, I probably hold to your side. I like the running backs, but I understand Stevenson's not on the same level of Dobbins or Kamara, but the Higgins thing is a little bit too much for me with Worthy. So give me Stevenson, Higgins, James Cook in full PPR there, Eber. Be Growing Stuff said pick 2, Pickens, McLaurin, or Ridley. I will be going with McLaurin, and I will be going with Pickens, Be Growing Stuff. Ridley, though, is higher in my rankings this week. Eber said, I discovered you after, so I'll join you next year. Yeah. Like I said, guys, if we got multiple people that want to do subscriber leagues, we can definitely be doing a whole lot of subscriber leagues. So I think that'll be freaking awesome if we can do it. And we might have to do multiple. Which would be freaking dope. Rice said, I can join the league, but what app do you use? Oh, no, we use Sleeper. We use Sleeper as the app that we use, but we use, this year, everyone just Venmo'd me money, but next year, if we do it with actually like subscriber league, we'll probably do it through like League Safe or something. So it's just a little bit more official. We do Sleeper. Sleeper is the top fantasy app in my personal opinion. Champagne 7 said, is Taysom Hill a must start every week? My other option is Ferguson. Yeah, at this point, Taysom Hill will be starting over Ferguson for you mostly every week. Boom, Be Growing Stuff. Like I said, guys, it's not like we'll get it going this year because, of course, this year's over with. But next year, make sure you guys are coming in July. Just monitor it. Just check. Because I'll start posting. I'll make a community post. And I understand I'm going to be posting a lot of Dynasty content this offseason. If you guys don't play Dynasty, that might annoy a few of you. But once we get to next July, boom, a lot of subscriber leagues that we can potentially run. Champagne 7 says, should I pick up Likely or Jatavion Sanders as a bye week filler? Champagne, I would do Isaiah Likely. And then you said Jake Bates or Austin. I mean, I want it to be Austin Seibert. Is he fully healthy? That's the question. I know he's still questionable. He was limited, so continue to monitor that. So you might be forced to go with Jake Bates this week, Champagne. And then Andrew said, I'm in 8 leagues and 2 Dynasty leagues. See, Andrew, you're right there. Like, I'm in 14. Next year, it sounded like I'm going to be even more. So just kind of determines depending. Champagne said, Flex, and guys, my nose is itching like crazy, so I apologize. Might be getting sick. We'll see. Hopefully not. Flex, Brian Robinson, J.K. Dobbins, or JSN. Ooh, Champagne, you're talking about my boy JSN absolutely re-emerging onto the scene. But we also got Jackson Smith and Jibba and Brian Robinson. I think we got to go Brian Robinson this week. Matchup's pretty juicy versus Dallas and how atrocious their run defense has been. And then you said start Baker Mayfield or Kyler Murray this week. I will be starting Kyler Murray, Champagne. And then I will be starting Cade Otton there, Champagne. Reith said, I have Jane Daniels, Brian Robinson, Devon, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, and if there's no one in my leagues, rest of the season set. Reith, that's a squad, bro. That's an absolute squad. Champagne said, CJ Stroud or Bo Nix rest of the season, Bo Nix. And then you said Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, or Jacoby Myers rest of the season. I lean Tillman, but it's between Tillman and Jerry Jeudy there for me, Champagne 7. And then Georgia said, all right, G, I'm going to call it a night. Don't forget to write down my email. Dude, Georgia, that's the thing, bro. You said you sent your email. Did you comment it on a video, or where'd you comment it, bro? Because I didn't see it in the chat, like when you said it's there. That's why. Let me see. Did you comment it somewhere? Listen, bro. Bro, you keep saying you're sending your email. I don't see it anywhere. So I didn't see it come through in the chat, bro. So if you keep saying you're sending it, bro, you're making me feel like you're a ghost. I know you're not a ghost, Georgia. I don't know why I didn't miss it, bro. I promise. I don't know where it went. Champagne said, been so disappointed with Aaron Jones, Cam Akers getting too many carries. Yeah, Aaron Jones, it's been a little bit disappointing here down the stretch. Andrew said, love Sleeper and League Safe. Yeah, Andrew, that's what we'll do. Like I said, almost everyone that's in the subscriber league, they just Venmo'd me this year, and we'll just Venmo that money right back. Like I said, if I don't Venmo money back, everyone's going to post on Twitter. Fantasy receipts will call me out, and everything will happen. But no, like I said, someone's winning all the money this year. And even if it's me, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I win the subscriber league, like, I feel dumb taking subscribers' money like that. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe I give a nice little Christmas gift back to everyone this season. We'll see. But I have to win the league first. Colby said CD or Pickens rest of season. Colby, I will be going with George Pickens rest of season. Champagne said flex Ridley or McConkey this week. I will be going with McConkey this week. Anthony said, oh snap, I just got hit with the ad LL. There we go. Anthony, I'm telling you, I have it on conservative though. So it just, honestly, when I add ads to the stream, it actually helps get more viewers in here. It's kind of surprising. I've tested it though. Anthony. So I appreciate you sticking through the ads. Robert said, Disley or Otten. I will be going with Otten here, Robert. Robert, I don't know if this is your first time on the stream, but we are answering every start sit question this season. So once you hear in the community, if you haven't already. Champagne 7 said Josh Downs or Cortland Sutton rest of the season. I will be going with Josh Downs. Anthony said 8 leagues. I commend the grind. Boom. Jercher said, LMO, I dropped it in the chat. Bro, let me, maybe my chat, here, let me see. Let me see. You said you dropped it in the chat? Bro, I swear, it's not popping up in the chat. I just looked again, bro. You better type that thing in again. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it in any chat. Just saying. Anthony says, can I send you a cashier's check? Every year, Anthony, I do. Andrew said every year. You just, like I said, we're going to do it through League Safe. So they just take your money and it's secure. And then depending on what happens, if you win, you get it sent back. Victor said, I have Josh Allen, Nix, K9, Jacobs, White, Jamar, Sutton, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jennings, Hopkins, Kelsey. Got offered Malik, Brees for K9, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Hopkins. Yeah, cool. Give me Malik and Brees there. I understand someone's probably trying to get out on Malik and their 2 underperforming assets, Victor, but I think that helps your team. And Colby said, good. Traded CD. Colby said, good. Traded CD for Pickens. Was pretty nervous about it. Yeah, I would do that deal. And see, he says, bro, I'm going to DM you on social media then. Yeah, dude, do it over on Twitter, Gerger. You got to... See, Colby, that's what I'm saying. He's trolling me right now. And I'm not even convinced Gerger makes beats. I think him and Element are in on it together. Because Gerger good and well knows you can find my email on the YouTube channel and you can email me. And it's not going through spam. If you said Gerger in any, like you could say that's my username, send me over the beats. Gerger, you've been absolutely an amazing follower of this channel, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced till I see it. I'm more than willing to put your beats on, bro. More than willing to. Yeah, do it over on X. I don't know why it's not letting you if you're putting in. I said I'm too broke to do a league for money. Yeah, listen, hey, I understand. The reason we do it for money is because we want people to be actively involved in the league throughout the season. So that's kind of where it is. Anthony said, hopefully you win one of those leagues, Andrea, because this community knows I ain't. Anthony. Dennis P, appreciate you. You said pick 3 to start. Connor, Tracy, Monty, Gibbs. I will be going with Gibbs, Tracy, and Connor this week here, Dennis. So I would be benching Monty. And then C says JT, Connor, or Lamb this week. I will be going with Connor, Wolves. And then Andrea said, have a good night. Andrea, have a great night. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we got C said Jones, Stevenson, or Lamb. Ooh, I think we still lean Lamb here for sure. But it's close. It's close. I would roll out Lamb. But we are now almost an hour and 26 minutes into the stream. I will probably be ending the stream here fairly shortly. So I'm going to give this a 2-minute warning. Just saw someone subscribe, so it makes you okay, bro, if you follow, okay, but Gerger, this is the thing. If you follow me, I don't think you want me to know who you are. So if you follow me, I can then message you. So follow me right now, and then I'll follow you back, and I'll send you a message. But see, I'm waiting. See, Gerger, I'm literally on my X right now, bro. If you follow me, I can follow you back, and we can message. So. You said, I just tried. Gerger, where are you from, bro? Are you getting blocked? Are you like a bot? Is that what's happening? Because, yeah, I'm looking, yeah, I don't have anything from you, bro. Think you're messing with me. Oh, here we are. Oh, okay, here we are. Okay, wait. Okay, I just DM'd you, Gerger. So you're not a bot. It's good to know. Let me know if you got it. Seawolf said sit 1, Connor, Jacobs, or Lamb. I will I will sit. I'll sit Lamb out of these options C. And he said, I still believe Gerger is the Dr. J beast. Well, we're about to find out. We just got in contact. We're now going to be able to DM. I'm going to give Gerger after this. Gerger, I'm going to be able to give you that Google Drive where you can upload beats. Anthony said, CC me on that email, Gerger. We're DMing over here, so we got it. We got it all locked. 816 clips that I have DJ Moore, D Hop, and Cortland Sutton. I have to sit one, but who? Question mark. I would be sitting DJ Moore. I'll start Cortland Sutton and D Hop over DJ Moore this week. 816 clips. Gerger said I'm in Florida. LOL. Gerger's actually AI using ChatGPT to engage in the streams. Glad we got it. Glad we got it locked down, Gerger. We're here. And Fire Nexus, thanks so much for tuning. Like I said, guys. Appreciate everyone for tuning into the stream for the first time. Makes the absolute channel roll. You said thoughts on Garrett Wilson rest of season. I mean, definitely a little bit lower. We got really hype when they, of course, first traded for Devontae Adams and he started balling out. I have Garrett Wilson still as my wide receiver 12 rest of the season. I would love to push him up, but I mean, guys ahead of him, Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin, George Pickens are all ahead of him. But I have him ahead of Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf. So I still feel like decent enough about Garrett Wilson. I just don't have him super, super high there, Fire. So that's kind of my opinion there on Garrett Wilson. But yeah, guys, this has been an absolute fabulous stream, guys. I can't thank you enough. We're continuing to grind. We hit 4,000 subscribers. So we're just going to keep it going. Like I said, we're probably going to end stream here in a quick little minute. But 816 slides in another question. He said, thoughts on Cam Akers' activity? I mean, the fact that he's been getting more and more work is probably not looking the best for a guy like Aaron Jones. So I definitely think if you own Aaron Jones, make sure you have Cam Akers. But if you stash Cam Akers, you got to like what you're seeing, especially like last week. 37 and 31% snap share, had double-digit, of course, carries the last 2 weeks. Now, it hasn't been super efficient, but the work is 100% there. Works 100% there. Rice said, Jacobs and Ridley for Kyron and Marv. Give me Kyron and Marv there, right? We got Anthony said, as always, Brody, I appreciate all the help. Anthony, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Fire Nexus says, makes sense. I traded Lamb and D-Hop for Marv and Garrett Wilson. Hopefully it pans out. Yeah, I think that's a dub for you there, Fire Nexus. So I think that 100% is going to work for you. So, like I said, guys, absolutely appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight, for making it an absolutely great stream. We'll be streaming live. I don't believe I have anything on Friday night, so I believe we'll be streaming on Friday night. Like I said, guys, I do have a life outside of this, a wife and family, so it'll be interesting to see if we do stream on Friday. Keep an eye out for that. We will be putting out rest of season rankings. We will be putting out another stash video this week, and potentially I might be throwing out another video this week, so we'll have to see how that goes. But Anthony said, if I would have found you earlier, you probably could have saved me from Brees and Pittman. I don't know, man. I was pretty high on Brees Hall, Anthony, honestly, dude. So I probably would have saved you from Pittman. I wasn't a Pittman believer, but I probably would not have saved you from Brees. 816 said, awesome stream, man. First time here, but was awesome. 816, appreciate you, bro. Like I said, if you we're putting out videos too, so we answer all of our comments on our videos. We do these streams. I know there's a part of you, some people here love the streams a little bit more than the videos because we get to interact, do the one-on-one, hear my thoughts directly about the questions, but we do answer everything that comes on this channel. So I appreciate you, 816, and excited to see you around here, especially as we head into the fantasy football playoffs. Anthony said 5K subs before the season ends. Anthony, that's probably going to be a little bit, I'll say this, everything's dying out, our subscribers, our views, everything like that, because a lot of people are quitting fantasy football. We'll probably hit 5K, I would imagine, probably sometime in March or April, once we start getting like pretty heavy into dynasty. But that's kind of where we are there. And we said we were about to end this, but we got a bunch of questions that just popped in, and let me just answer these all real quick. Dennis said, am I cooked with Drake London, Malik at the wide receivers? I don't think you're cooked, but I don't think you feel absolutely great about it, Dennis. Patrick said, hey, Caleb, so my team is now Hurts, Bijan, Tracy Collins. Thinking of trading Cup for K9 or Cup plus Neighbors for CMC Hawk. Honestly, dude, Cup for K9. I would probably do the Cup for K9 with your wide receivers. think I'm cool, Patrick. I'm saying this. I'm probably holding. I'm not doing the Cup and Neighbors for CMC Hawkinson deal, and I'm not doing the K9, the cut for K9. So I'm personally gonna hold with what your team is. I think you got a really solid squad there, Patrick. I don't know what your record is, but I personally hold this team, and I'm not doing those 2 trades because it's a lot to give up Cup and Neighbors to go get CMC. And then, yeah, that's kind of how I view it. And man, guys, I said I was going to end the stream, and y'all just fire away questions. So let me answer these, and then we're getting out of here. Rice said, will Tyreek have another decent game? I hope so. I have him as a top 10 wide receiver this week, Rice. And then Paraco, good to see you, bro. Trade away Gibbs, Jacobs, and Dell for Saquon, Garrett Wilson, and Amari. Yes, I will do that deal. Yes, Paraco, do that deal. But like I said, guys, appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We'll be streaming hopefully later this. Oh, someone else subscribed. Goodness, I have to wait around. Patrick, I don't know if that was you, but whoever just subscribed, I will wait around for your question because I understand it makes you wait a minute. We're over here trying to get out tonight. We're trying to get out tonight. Yeah, and we're turning this in. I guess maybe this. I can't do a 24-hour stream. I got to work tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Got some cake I get to eat after this. I'm just trying to get y'all off. But yeah, let me wait these minute for whoever just subscribed. Patrick, it might have been you, so I might be waiting around for no reason, but I do want to answer whoever came in, fired away, is waiting to ask their question. It makes you wait about a minute, and then you can post that question, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. And you know, Anthony's just vibing here. That's the best part. Anthony's just vibing here as we're sitting here waiting for the last and final question of the night to come through. We got a bunch of people that have asked questions on my videos. Oh my goodness, here it is. Nah, Patrick's been subbed. So it wasn't Patrick, but it's Chief Wood. Shout out to Chief Wood for being here. He said, Mahomes or Mayfield this week? And Chief, I appreciate you being here, dude. We are answering every question this season. So this week in particular, Chief, I'll be going with Patrick Mahomes over Baker Mayfield. But if we're looking at rest of season wise, it's close for me. It's close for me between both, and I think I still lean Mahomes. I lean Mahomes for this question for both of them this week, Chief. I know Baker was absolutely balling, so a lot of people are going to say, Caleb, you're an idiot, like taking Baker over Mahomes rest of the season. But that's kind of how I lean here, Chief. So I would go with Mahomes this week versus Carolina. Then I'd also do that rest of the season, Chief. So I appreciate you tuning in. Anthony said, what if I unsubscribe and subscribe again? Don't do it, Anthony. Don't do it. Don't. There's actually some people, I'm not going to lie. I notice that some people jump in the chat, they ask a question, and then they unsubscribe afterwards. So I don't know who it is. There's someone that is a regular of this community that is a fraud, and I've been trying to figure it out for all season. But Anthony, I know it's not you. You're legit. I say a fraud, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, guys, have a great night. Appreciate you guys for all the love and support that you guys give me. We'll continue to put out content, answer all your start state questions, trying to make the best things that we can over here on the channel, grow this thing from the ground up. Next year, Anthony, we're crossing 5K next year, 6K, 7K. We'll see. We're just going to keep going up as long as you guys keep supporting, and I keep giving you guys the best advice I can. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. Check out my trade video that I put out yesterday. We will be putting out another video tomorrow talking about our rest of season rankings, and I'll catch all y'all on that next one. Peace out.